Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 100. What do we have in this chapter? We've got Natsu versus Suzaku, the epic battle between those two. We have also got color panels for the very first time ever since Fairy Tail 100 Quest was released. And finally, to top it all off, we've got the best gift anyone could ask for, and this is the best way to celebrate the 100th chapter in Fairy Tail 100 Quest. What is that, you might ask? Well, it is Ignia showing up out of nowhere, surprising literally everyone. And this is going to be the start of something epic. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So, Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 100. We gotta admit, it's gotta be a little bit of a colourful start. At the beginning, it shows a lot of colour panels. It shows the poster celebrating 100 Quest Chapter 100. It shows on the very first page as well, it shows colour panels like Natsu vs Suzaku. And then it shows Kiria and Lucy and also Kirin. After that, it shows Elsa, Grey, Gajiel and also Misaki. Again, all coloured by the king himself. And finally, it shows Selene, the moon god dragon. Wow, what a sight. This was amazing, and sadly the only colour panel throughout the whole chapter, so it's something rather than nothing, you know. So moving on to the very first panel of the chapter. Well, you'll be a little bit surprised with this, maybe you won't be. So it's Natsu versus Suzaku, they're facing off one another. And in the next panel it shows that they are talking, just saying of course, "Oh, long time no see, you're back for a rematch?" Suzaku saying, "Well, I don't think it's going to be much of a rematch considering, well, I whooped your ass last time, so I'll just do it again, simple as that." So this is going to be an epic fight where they're just talking still, they're just talking to one another, just saying about how the fight's going to go and everything. And then Natsu and Suzaku, well, they get into their battle stances, where they're going to show off saying, "Okay, let's fight here to see who is truly stronger, me or you." Now, you can tell they are going to be starting to fight. So, in the next panel, you can tell all of the atmosphere is calmed down, all the dust is starting to go away, and now it's just them two facing off in their battle stances, ready to attack at any time. Then Natsu does something a little bit weird. He goes, well, you can say it's sort of like a Super Saiyan stance where he puts both of his arms in front of him, then he goes downwards and then he ignites a flame. A little weird, but you'll understand why in the next panel, because in the next panel, Suzaku is getting ready to launch his attack, but Natsu, for some reason, is smiling, even though last time this attack knocked him out. He's smiling this time, and now this is the official start of Natsu vs Suzaku round 2, and you can tell by the look in their eyes, they are ready to throw down. So now, in the next panel, Suzaku is the first one to launch his attack, and he launches the same attack that one-shot Natsu and Erza back in Elentier. So you're probably thinking, damn, that's probably done a lot of damage on Natsu, but let's just say something surprising happens where even Suzaku's a little bit surprised because Natsu is still laughing after getting his attack. So Natsu, usually before, he was actually be knocked out on the floor, but this time he's actually still standing. How is that possible? Well, he used the flame in his arms to block the attack. Little insane, yes, because even though it does show a little bit of damage on his arms, he blocked Suzaku's attack and he's still standing, where he last time actually got knocked out by that attack. So Natsu is a little bit happy thinking, yes, I blocked Suzaku's attack, yay! But Suzaku is just in shock saying, how did you do that? What did you just do? And Natsu is just, well, he's got lots of fire in his arms and he's just celebrating the moment that he just blocked Suzaku's attack. So then, in the next panel, Suzaku is still stunned by that block, and Natsu, well, he's all fired up. He's actually using the flames again. He's wrapping the flames around his arms and he's marching forward to attack Suzaku. And Suzaku, well, he's still stunned by the attack, but he dodges out of the way of Natsu, who tried to attack him, and he just dodged barely. And as, let's just say, Suzaku is dodging, he launches another counterattack against Natsu, but Natsu again, he blocks it somehow. And Suzaku, he's still stunned by that, and Natsu, well, he's just saying, well, once I've seen it once, I know how to block it. And you can tell he's sort of using his arm as a shield at this moment. So, yeah, it's not the best defense, but it's a good defense to block that type of attack. Let's just say that. Then Suzaku, he tries to launch another attack by unsheathing his sword but something happens. What happens? Well, before he can unsheath his sword fully, Natsu attacks him with his legs. He gives him a right kick to the face, and Suzaku just goes flying backwards. And as he is flying backwards, he tries to regain his balance, and as he does, Natsu's got a smirk on his face, and let's just say Suzaku, well, he's trying to regain his balance and get back to a counter-attack. So now it's going to be a counter-attack where Suzaku again uses the same slash, but for some reason, no one's there. And Natsu, well, Natsu's charging towards something, but where is he? Which angle is he coming from? He's coming from right behind Suzaku somehow. So it looks like Natsu is able to read Suzaku's moves, and he's able to counteract him perfectly compared to the last time where he just ended it with one move. So now Suzaku is really getting pushed back quite a bit, and he's getting a little bit frustrated thinking, Natsu, how are you doing this? Why are you able to dodge my attacks now? And Natsu, well, he's just putting that same old smile that he has always, saying, yes, I know you're probably shocked, but this is how I am. This is how I do my things, and this is who I am. I am Natsu, Dragneel, the son of the fire dragon king Ignia and stepbrother to the fire god dragon Ignia. So you don't think I'd be able to evolve during my fights? You are going to be in a world of hate, my friend. So in the next panel, it shows Natsu and Suzaku still looks like they are just trying to talk you out again, and Suzaku is just assessing his damage, saying, wow, you've really attacked me a lot. And Natsu just explaining like how he's been able to grow since Elantia. And you could also say that in Elantia, remember how all the magic wizards got their power boosted because of the overflowing magic? Well, maybe Suzaku got that power and he thought he was way too powerful for Natsu because Elantia gave him that boost. But now, since he no longer has that because they're no longer in Elantia, well, he's now at Natsu's level, and Natsu, well, his level hasn't changed since Elantia, so now he's at a much more higher level than Suzaku. So Natsu then launches a fire raging attack, and Suzaku, before he can even start to defend it, he just thinks, oh, I'm gonna be too late. And Natsu, well, he launches an attack, but it gets blocked by Suzaku's sword, which is a little bit interesting considering what sort of sword it is, and it's quite a long sword. But he blocks it with his sword, and just as Natsu is trying to think, how did he block it? It looks like Suzaku was able to stop Natsu's attack. And let's just say Suzaku says something a little bit funny, where you can see in the next panel, Natsu is trying to say, that was a mistake, you did that wrong. And well, Natsu is just being a little bit scolded later on, thinking, no, you're actually wrong, this is how it's supposed to be. And again, it would not be Fairy Tail without these little funny moments in it, just talking about, even in an intense fight, they would just have these little funny moments. So this is what makes Fairy Tail a great anime in my eyes. So then in the next panel, it shows Suzaku, he's actually changed his stances a bit, and he's actually doing some weird sort of attacks, where he's actually using the sword and he's actually hit Natsu at the chin. So he did like an uppercut sword attack. A little bit of an interesting move, and Natsu, well, he had no time to react, so he's actually just been pushed all the way back. But Suzaku, you can tell in his eyes, he's not stopping there, because in the next panel, it shows as Natsu is flying backwards, Suzaku's thinking, I can't just leave him now. He's a powerful enemy and he must be eliminated right now. So what he does is he charges up his stance and he actually puts all of his magic into his sword, thinking, I need to finish him off with this one blow. And let's just say as Suzaku is thinking about that, Natsu gets his balance back and he starts to charge up for his attack, which you can tell is going to be a King Fire Dragon attack. So in the next panel, Natsu launches his Fire Dragon Fist attack, and it's so powerful that literally everywhere within the labyrinth you could feel the vibration of that attack, and he literally broke through those walls which he couldn't broke through a couple of chapters ago. He literally broke through so many of those walls that it was that powerful of an attack. But then in the next panel, it looks like Suzaku was able to survive the attack, and as he survived it, he was thinking, wow, this is such powerful flames, how is he able to do this? And just before Natsu could ask, how did you survive that attack? Suzaku, well, he starts to finish off his powering up, and you can tell he's about to go in for his final strike to try and defeat Natsu with this one blow. And what is this one blow? Well, it is the same attack that he used versus Sannin, because as Natsu, well, he sees Suzaku for a split second, but then he disappears. Just before Natsu could realize where he is, he launched his attack, which he used against the human version of Celine. And remember, this knocked her out. It was such a powerful attack that this knocked out her and she was forced to retreat back to Earthland. So you're probably thinking, okay, great, Suzaku's probably won, the fight's over, let's just move on. But no, even though Natsu's been badly damaged by this, and you can tell in the next panel that he really took the brunt force of that attack, for some weird reason, he was able to withstand it. Even an attack that was able to knock out the Moon God Dragon Selene, Natsu withstood it, and he's able to stand back, and Suzaku, well, he's just shocked at this moment thinking, what? And Natsu was saying, huh, that was not that powerful of an attack, try and come at me harder next time. Legit, Natsu being all battered up, you could tell Natsu is literally on his last legs, but he is still just giving out mighty words during his fight, and he is such a badass, Natsu, definitely. So in the next final panels, Natsu says, oh, so was that your final attack? Because I've still got more in my tank. And Suzaku, well, he's dripping of sweat thinking, oh, how is he able to do this? What is this heat? And something a little strange about this heat. So he starts saying, isn't it a little bit too warm in here for your type of magic because you're nearly locked out? And you're probably thinking, yeah, that's right. So who is giving off this massive ass heat? Well, it's something that is also shocking Natsu thinking, yeah, where is this heat coming from? Who is this? Wow, who is creating this powerful heat? And Natsu just shouting out to everyone, just saying, who is doing this? And well, the answers to that is, it's someone who is a little bit known. So the walls of the labyrinth that Natsu just broke using that powerful attack just start to melt suddenly because of this powerful presence. And who is behind it? Well, it's a mysterious figure at one moment, but then in the next panel, well, Ignia, Fire God Dragon, has returned in Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 100 out of nowhere, and he has returned just saying, yo. And Natsu and Suzaku, well, they're both shocked thinking, how on earth is he there? And this was the best moment ever. This gave me chills just thinking about this. Ignia finally returning back in Fairy Tail 100 Quest, and this is how he does it. He shows up in the Dead Corpse Labyrinth of the 6th God Dragon, and he just comes in out of nowhere saying, yo, what's up? Man alive, this was definitely one of the best chapters so far, and it is worthy of being the 100th chapter. So then the chapter ends off with a little bit of an interesting note, where it looks like everyone else is feeling this powerful presence saying, who is that? What is going on around here? Why is everything melting? And let's just say someone else knows about Ignia's arrival. Someone on the portal sitting at the entrance of the labyrinth. And let's just say Selene, she was not expecting this whatsoever, and the final part of the Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 100 showed Selene scared that Ignia has arrived unknowingly, and she did not notice whatsoever. She is scared of Ignia, and this was the ending. What a Fairy Tail 100 Quest. That was such a great chapter. I loved it. You guys let me know which part you loved down below, and make sure to subscribe, because that is how I'm going to be able to do more videos like this, and how I'm going to be able to review more chapters for you. Subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thank you guys for watching. Take care and peace.